Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am with the part 3 of my new Maths for Chemist series, and it's a rather small video in both length and content. Yes, my friends, you have rightly guessed that today I am going to talk on means. But which mean? Yes, I mean there are a number of means and which mean, and rather none of them is really mean-minded. Rather, they are very helpful in almost all the layers of science and our daily life. One of those mean is often we call average, and that is the arithmetic mean. Mean or average of marks, of age, of distance, times, etc. So let us start with an example of, say, distance, time and speed. But before that, what it means, it is very simple. Suppose you have n number of data points or data I equals to 1 to n, and then sum of xi, the total number of terms, divided by total number of terms. That is your x average. So it is mathematically sigma xi I equals to 1 to n divided by n. So this is the x average. Now talking about distance. So suppose you are in journey, two-phase journey J1 and J2. In the first phase, suppose you travel 80 kilometer, D1 is 80 kilometer, and you took 2 hours of time. That means with a speed of 40, 80 by 42. And in the second phase of journey, naturally you are a bit tired, so again, but you have to travel 80 kilometers. But this time your speed is much slower, 20 kilometer per hour, and naturally you will take more time, 4 hours, 80 by 20. So let us jot down this information in a tabular form. So J1 phase, J2 phase, and then overall and mean. 4 columns are there, and rows are, the first row stands for D, distance. So in the first phase 80 kilometer, in the second phase 80 kilometers 2, and so the overall is 80 plus 86, 160, and the average is 80 plus 80 by 2, that means 80. So if you consider now time, it takes 2 hours in the first phase, 4 hours in the second phase, and then the overall is 4 plus 2, 6 hours, and the average is 4 plus 6, 4 plus 2 by 2, that is 3. Fine. If you are interested to evaluate one more, you may consider speed. So in the first phase it is 40, in the second phase it is 20. So the overall you can say 60, and the average is 40 plus 20 by 2, that is 30. So it looks very simple, right? And we can take the general formula, that is speed, distance and time. Speed is nothing but the distance by time, or in the other way, distance is speed into time. Now if we check that what is the average speed, so like the definition, S1 and S2, two terms are there, so S1 plus S2 by 2, that means 1 by 2 into S1 is nothing but D1 by T1 and S2 is D2 by T2. So this is D1 by T1 plus D2 by T2 and taken divided by 2. Well, so you can think in other way that okay, it is sum of two terms. One is D by T for 1, another is D by 2 for 2. So it is the sum of D by T divided by 2. That means it is an average of D by T term as per definition, right? So either or of these two, and let us calculate that S average. If we apply this one, that is half. So D1 by T1, so 80 by 2, and then 80 by 4, 80 by 4, D2 by T2, and that gives you 60 by 2, that means 30. That we calculated simply by taking S1 plus S2 by 2, that is 40 plus 20 by 2, 30. So all the same, these two formula are equivalent actually. Well, so we have as if we have verified some claims about the average values, but the trouble is there in speed calculation. Well, let us get back again to S equal to D by T or D equal to S into T. So D is S into T. In general, it should be valid for all the phases and overall and average every column. So S into T. So S 40 and T 22. So 40 into 2 is 80. 20 into 4, 80, fine. Then 60 into 6, something wrong. 30 into 3, so 30 into 3 should be 80, but it is 90. So something somewhere is wrong in speed calculation. So 40 into 280, 40 into 480, but 30 into 3, that means the average speed into average time should give you the average distance, but that is not here. And one more thing we can calculate, okay, you may be interested in the total distance traveled. Okay, the total distance should be your overall average speed multiplied by the total time taken, the total time multiplied by average speed. So 30 is the average speed and total time is 6 hours. So 30 into 6 is 180. But you are quite sure that you have traveled 80 plus 80, that is 160. So again we find something wrong, right? So where it is wrong? Is it in our definition that averages is S1 plus S2 by 2, or the other way, D by T average? Maybe it is that definition that is wrong. So why not we try some other way, that S is D by T, so why not? So S average is D average by T average. Let us start with, let us play with that. So D average by T average. Now you just take D average from here and T average from here. So D average is, okay, 80, the yellow color, T average is 33, so it should be 80 by 3. Okay, just multiply by 2 both sides, 80 and 3, so it should give you 160 by 60. So does it sound something? Yes, 160 is the total length or distance and 6 is the total hours of travel. So that means it is total distance by total time. So if I start from this kind of averaging, probably it sounds more reasonable, right? But we have to check it again logically, that whether these two trouble points are resolved or not. So total distance, average speed into total time. So average speed this time is 80 by 3, total time is 6, so it is giving you 160, that is expected, 80 plus 80. Well, another one, that the average speed into average time should give you the average distance, right? So 80 by 3 into 3 gives you 80. 80 by 3 the average speed and 3 is the average time and 80 is the average distance. So that is again we are getting back as expected. So we are talking about some new averaging. It is not just arithmetic mean A plus B by 2. Well, so no more trouble in our speed calculation. Let us review that S average is 80 by 3, but that we have calculated using the distance and time data, right? But we have separately the S values, S1 and S2. Suppose let us call it S1 is A and S2 is B. So it is clear that S average is not A plus B by 2. Then what it is? 80 by 3 is the answer, clear answer. Okay, so let us play again, that we are writing 80 by 3 in this way, 2 into 40 into 20 plus 40 plus 20. So it is 1600 by 60. So 80 by 3. That means what I have done? 2, 40, 20, that is 2AB, the average speed of two phases journey, and A plus B. So it is simply 2AB by A plus B, right? So we are trying to generalize in terms of a formula, right? Well, what we are really doing actually, so S is not of course A plus B by 2 in case of speed, but it is a kind of this. Can we claim that this is actually this? What we are doing, we are focusing on S average, speed average. But what we are doing, we are taking initially the average of inverse of speed, that is 1 by S, its average. And since we have taken inverse, so we are giving it back, the reverse operation or reverse of inverse. That means again we are making inverse, that is 1 by something which is already taken as inverse. So inverse of inverse kind of thing. But let us check whether this thing is actually 2AB plus A plus B. Okay, let us see. So 1 by S average, that means 1 by A and 1 by B, 2 terms, summation divided by 2. So that is the arithmetic mean of 1 by A and 1 by B, right? That means 1 by 2 A plus B by AB, that means 2AB by A plus B. So yes, exactly this is what we want to reproduce, it coming along the line of this logic, right? And this is actually called the harmonic mean. So we are getting at least one new kind of averaging mean, that is harmonic mean, arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. So the question naturally arises at this point, whether are there any other means? Yes, of course we know that we have a geometric mean, which is defined as the square root of the product of the two terms a and b, square root of a and b, and another is root mean square. Just don't get confused with this name. Rather, don't try to remember this name by memorizing. It is very logical. You are taking some mean of some square, so mean square. So of some square, so a square plus b square, sum of the terms by 2, arithmetic mean. And then you are taking finally the square root, so r. So root mean square is square root of a square plus b square by 2. Fine. So at least 4 averages we have got. Now the question, the relative order of magnitudes. Which one is the biggest one, which one is the smallest one, or are they same by value or magnitude? Let us check with two numbers first. A equals to 3 and b equals to 4. So by simple calculation by a calculator, you can check that the arithmetic mean would come as 3.5. The harmonic mean by this formula would give you 3.4285. Geometric mean is 3.464, and root mean square gives you 3.535. So obviously this is the maximum, biggest one, and this is the smallest one, right? So if you have a close look, then you will see the order is like RMS greater than arithmetic mean and greater than geometric mean greater than harmonic mean. Of course, at the two ends are B and A. So this is the order of means, but that we have verified only with numbers, but it's not a general proof or demonstration. So can we go for that? Yes, we of course will go for that. And well, all this would be same if the two ends are same, B and A. If they are same, then you can easily verify from this formula that all RMS, AM, GM and HM would become A or B, because A and B are same. So that you can verify given as a task. Now we are going for the last question, that any general proof or at least demonstration. So let me try in terms of little bit of construction geometry. So these are the 4 averages I have rewritten. Now what I will do, first construct a semicircle with diameter A and B. So A and B are two numbers, and I have taken two lengths, straight lines proportional to the value of A and B, and by adding them you are getting A plus B, and then taking the half, that means A plus B by 2. Actually you are talking about the arithmetic mean, and that is taken as the radius, right? That means the diameter is A plus B. So you have to construct a semicircle with diameter A plus B. So you see, this is the A part, this is the green part, and this is the B part. So the whole A plus B is taken as the diameter, and this is the semicircle as you see. And what is the radius? Of course A plus B by 2, and which is nothing but the arithmetic mean. So any radius is A plus B by 2, so also this length, perpendicular length, is also A plus B by 2, that means the arithmetic mean. Now this particular length you can easily calculate, because this whole length is A plus B by 2 and this small portion is A. So if you subtract A from this whole length of A plus B by 2, you will get this particular specific length, and that you can check, it is B minus A by 2, where of course we have taken B greater than A. Well, so why I am doing this calculation? Because my next point is I am drawing a perpendicular, a straight line between these 2 points, these intersection points and this point, that the yellow line, and I am actually making a triangle, right angle triangle. This angle is 90 degree. Now from Pythagoras theory, this length is actually square of this plus square of that. That means B minus A whole square by 2 whole square plus A plus B whole square, A plus B by 2 whole square. And you can easily see that this comes as root over A square plus B square by 2, and that is nothing but the root mean square split. Now we have got in the same diagram, then one mean arithmetic and another is RMS. Now it's just a matter of common sense, which one is greater? Of course RMS is the greater, because in this diagram this is the shortest distance, because it's a perpendicular on this line. So from this point you can draw so many lines on this diameter, but this is the smallest one, this particular A plus B by 2, and this is something bigger than this, that means RMS is greater than AM. So RMS greater than AM. Fine. So 2 means have been done. Now let us go for the next one. What we'll do, construct a perpendicular where the 2 line segments meet, that means at this point, and I'll be drawing a perpendicular here. Okay, and a triangle inscribed in a semicircle is right angle. That you have to remember this information. Okay, the drawing looks like this. So at the intersection point of A and B, I have drawn a perpendicular. Let us call it H. Now, what is the length of this H? We consider these two triangle actually. This small triangle, this small one, which is the 90-degree angle here, and this another right hand side triangle, another 90-degree. So one side is common and two angles are same, and another angles are also same, these two angles. So they are actually similar angle triangles, and we can apply the law of proportion. And here A by H, so that means this is the perpendicular and H is the base, right, of this triangle. So A by H should be here H by B, that is the perpendicular by base. So H by B. So A by H, it should give you H by B, and from here we get H square equal to AB. So H is root over AB. So the drawing is deliberate enough to get the GM through this length H. Well, so now we have to compare with this other, and that is again a matter of common sense, that here this length is A plus B by 2, and this is the biggest one, right, in this semicircle, and that is the radius, that is the arithmetic mean, and this is a smaller one visibly from this line. So this is the geometric mean. So we can conclude safely and logically that geometric mean is less than arithmetic mean, or arithmetic mean is greater than geometric mean. And already we have seen arithmetic mean is less than RMS. So the overall order up to this point is RMS greater than arithmetic mean greater than geometric mean. So one more mean is left, harmonic mean. I think you are curious to know the last one. Okay, so let us go for the next one. For that, again, we have to construct something, and that looks like this. So I have already got the GM, and here I am drawing this line, and this length, purple length, is X. So let us find what this X is. Okay, and the thing is that here again we are getting two triangles. This saffron, black, and purple. This one, and the bigger one, saffron, blue, and purple. Right, and again you can, by inspection, you can conclude that these are two similar angle triangles. So again we are going to apply the law of proportion, and that is X by GM. X is the base, GM is the hypotenuse of this smaller triangle. So X by GM, and this bigger triangle here GM, that means the base, by the hypotenuse, that is this length. This length is nothing but the radius of the circle. That means A plus B by 2, right? So GM by AM. So GM by AM, this length is AM, and the left hand side is X by GM. So we get from this simple cross multiplication that is GM square is X into AM. So AB, GM is root over AB, so GM square is AB. Now X into AM is A plus B by 2. So X is 2AB by A plus B. So again you can see that I have deliberately plotted the whole thing finally to find only the X, that is the harmonic mean. Fine. Now out of these two, this is the, if you consider this small triangle, this is the hypotenuse and this is the base. So of course the hypotenuse is always greater than either the base or the perpendicular. So this is greater than X. That means X is less than GM. So my conclusion is here, and from the same single graph we can say the overall comparison. So GM is greater than HM. So GM is greater than HM, and already you have got this series of the first three means. So the overall means is RMS greater than equal to M, greater than equal to GM, greater than equal to HM, equal to, because if A and B are same, then it must be equal, right? So this is the order of all the four means, and it is not only that you have to consider only two values. You can take in principle any number of values, say n. So in that case the values or average definition looks like this, and the order remains the same. So and again all are equal, all the means are equal if only all the values are themselves are equal, right? Well, so it's a small video. I already have told you. Okay, I think you have enjoyed it. But okay, sorrow and joy both are part of life. There are ups and downs in life. Please don't get frustrated by just focusing one or two downs, or at the same time don't get swayed away by one or two up. So life is full of ups and downs, but on average you have to see the life. So wishing you a better tomorrow on average, my dear friends. Thank you. Please come back with comments and suggestions. Thank you very much.